Okay, so this is a little bit more advanced problem, so hopefully you need to watch the other video first, if you haven't. So here is the equation for the absolute value functions. Remember A tells you if a function stretches or compresses. Remember, this is what changes the slope. So if there's a number out here, that's what we multiply the parent function slope by, which is -1 and 1. So if this was a 4, then the new slope would be 4, -4. And then the H represents horizontal shift, either left or right. If you have -2, that means right. If you have +2, that means left. And then the K represents vertical shift, up or down. Okay, so for example here, if you were to have y equals 2 times 2x minus 3. The difference here in this problem is that we have something being multiplied by the 2. And so it's not written in this form. So what you have to do is you have to take out this 2 for this equation. So if I take out the 2, if I take out a 2 from 2x, it's just x, right? But if I take out a 2 here, I have to also take out a 2 here. So I have to divide it by 2. So what I'm doing really is I'm dividing both of these by 2 when I take it out. So here's the 2 on the outside, and then I took out a 2 as well, and 2 divided by 2 just leaves me with x, and then you can just leave that as -3/2, okay? So now 2 times 2, that's 4 on the outside, but now it's written, sorry about that, but now it's written in this form, okay? Well, the x doesn't have a coefficient. That's what you need to do, but now it's written in this form. So what this means is that we're going to shift 3/2, 1.5, 3/2 is 1.5. We're going to shift 1.5 to the right, and then our slope is going to be multiplied by 4. So I'm going to rewrite that over here. So we shift, so we start at 0, 0 always. We shift 1.5 to the right, so 1.5 to the right. And then our slope is 4 and -4. So 1, 2, 3, oh, it's not a negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And then that is our graph. Okay? Sorry, it's a little crooked. Next, let's do another one. So y equals 3 minus 3x minus 3. So what you want to do here is take out the -3. Okay, so we're going to divide both of them by -3. -3. Now, we're going to divide both of these by -3. Now, remember that this is in absolute value. I didn't do that last time, but remember that it's in absolute value. So 3 times the absolute value of -3, because we're taking that -3 out. And then what's left in the other absolute value is just x, and then -3 divided by -3 plus 1. Okay? So then we're going to multiply these because we took this -3 out, but the absolute value of -3 is just 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. So y equals 9, and then we have x plus 1 in the absolute value. Okay? And now it's written in that form. Y equals a x minus h plus k. Okay? I'm going to do one more for you. Just with this one, it means that the slope is multiplied by 9 and it shifts 1 left. I'm not going to graph it because we've been graphing them, but just know that that's it. Okay, let's do one more. I got to make it up on the spot because I don't have it in my notes. So it's okay. So y equals 3 times 3x plus 5. I'm just doing this. So if we have this, we need to take out a 3 because we need this coefficient to be 1. So we're going to divide both terms in the absolute value by 3. And then remember, when we did that, that means we're literally taking out the absolute value of 3 as well. And then it's left with x plus, and then we're just going to leave it as 5/3. So when we did that, when we divided by 3, we took that absolute value out, and then we're left with just x plus 5/3 in. And now we can multiply these to simplify them. 3 times the absolute value of 3 is just 9. So y equals 9 times x plus 5/3 in the absolute value. So in this case, this means that it shifts 5/3, so 1 2/3, to the left, the vertex does. So like you would come here and shift it to the left, 1 2/3, so 1 2/3, about right there. And then you would apply the slope of 9 and -9, because you multiply 9 by 1 and -1, 9 and -9. Okay, hopefully this helps you understand that. Oh, let me teach you one more thing. So when it's written in that form, when it's written in y equals a, and you get it to this form, x minus h plus k, where the coefficient of x is 1, and you get it in this form, your vertex is going to be hk. Okay, so for example, y equals 2 times 3, y equals 2 times x minus 5 plus 3. Your vertex, you can tell your vertex would be 5 3, okay, because it's hk. So you know you would start your vertex at 5 3, and then you would multiply the slope by 2 and go up 2 over 1, go up 2 over 1 both ways, and that. Okay, let me know if you have questions. Okay, bye.